In the architecture of the universe, there are forces of definition and forces of dissolution. The architect and the dream.
First, there is Capricorn, the force of structure, the mountain that touches the stars, built pebble by patient pebble. It is the master of the material plane, the embodiment of ambition, discipline, and the gravity that holds worlds together.
Its light is earned, forged in the heart of a star, representing time and relentless effort.
Then there is Pisces, the force of surrender, the boundless ocean of consciousness from which all things emerge and to which all things return. It is the master of the unseen, the embodiment of intuition, compassion, and the spiritual currents that connect all souls. Its light is a reflection, a borrowed luminescence from 1,000 hidden sources, representing faith and imagination. Capricorn commands the law of cause and effect, action and consequence, carved in stone. Pisces exists in the realm of synchronicity, where meaning connects events, not mechanics. The architect builds with blueprints of light, every angle calculated, every structure planned for eternity. The dreamer paints with emotion, a spontaneous masterpiece born of a fleeting feeling, beautiful and impermanent. Capricorn's domain is the singular peak, the lonely summit of achievement, reached by a long and arduous climb. Pisces' domain is the universal ocean, the collective depth, where all streams meet and all identities merge. Time for Capricorn is a resource to be managed, a linear path from past to future. Time for Pisces is an ocean to float in, where past, present, and future are currents flowing together. Capricorn seeks to create a perfect, incorruptible form. Pisces celebrates the beauty of imperfection and the grace of decay. The language of Capricorn is mathematics, the universal truth of structure. The language of Pisces is music, the universal truth of feeling. Capricorn's strength is its unyielding defense, a fortress against chaos. Pisces' strength is its complete lack of resistance, an ocean that cannot be broken. The physical and the spiritual, the defined and the infinite. Capricorn builds the vessel. Pisces is the endless sea it must cross. In the grand design, these opposites are destined to meet, and their first encounter will be a test of realities. But when the mountain first meets the ocean, it is not a gentle merging. It is a collision of realities. Capricorn, in its desire to control, attempts to build dams against the infinite, a futile and frustrating task. Its logic cannot map a realm without boundaries. Its structure is meaningless in a world that will not hold a shape. Pisces, in its boundlessness, sees Capricorn's structure not as safety, but as a cage, a cold and lifeless prison. The nebulous waters, rich with emotion, begin to erode the unyielding stone, seeking out every flaw, every weakness. The architect's precision machinery, designed for vacuum and order, is clogged by the dreamer's magical star sand. The dreamer's sensitive soul lights, born of gentle currents, are extinguished by the architect's rigid energy fields. Capricorn builds a great logical bridge, a path from A to B, but Pisces has no destination and knows no straight lines. Pisces offers a gift of pure feeling, a pearl of condensed dreams. Capricorn assays it for its mineral content, destroying the magic. The steady, metronomic pulse of Capricorn's order,
clashes with the chaotic, emotional rhythm of Pisces' heart.
The architect attempts to chart the ocean, but the seabed shifts with every mood, rendering all maps useless.
The dreamer tries to communicate through visions, but the architect sees only data corruption and sensory noise. The unyielding gravity of Capricorn's ambition tries to pull the formless into a solid state, a painful compression. The overwhelming empathy of Pisces floods Capricorn's logical systems, causing catastrophic emotional overloads. Capricorn establishes a border, a clear line of demarcation. Pisces, knowing no borders, simply dissolves it. The cold of the void-born obsidian chills the warm, life-filled currents of the nebula. The moisture of the dream sea causes the timeless clockwork to rust and decay. Capricorn raises a tower of absolute truth, a single, unchangeable fact. Pisces surrounds it with a million perspectives, a fog of maybes and what-ifs, until the truth itself seems lost. The architect sees a flawed system that must be fixed.
The dreamer sees a wounded soul that must be healed.
One tries to armor the universe, the other tries to dissolve its pain. Two noble goals at war with each other. The clash creates a zone of cosmic static, a place of mutual interference where nothing can be created. Exhausted, the two forces retreat, leaving a scar of their failed union upon the fabric of the orrery.
They arrive at a cosmic stalemate, a cold war between the tangible and the intangible, born of their inability to understand.
To the dreamer, the architect's pragmatism feels like cold dismissal, a rejection of the soul itself. Capricorn builds a lighthouse to guide the way, but Pisces sees only the stark, lonely beam, blind to the infinite beauty of the night. To the architect, the dreamer's emotional tides are a terrifying chaos, a force that threatens to undo all progress, all stability. Pisces offers a vision, a beautiful, impossible dream. But Capricorn sees only the lack of a foundation, the absence of a plan. The architect provides a schedule, a sequence of time carved in light to bring order to the day. The dreamer experiences this not as guidance, but as a cage of moments and yearns to be free of its rhythm. Frustrated by this lack of discipline, Capricorn reinforces the structure, turning a suggestion into a command. Wounded by this lack of trust, Pisces withdraws, its light dimming in the face of such rigidity. The dreamer weaves a tapestry of possibilities, a network of interconnected futures. The architect sees only a tangle of inefficiency and chooses the one most logical path, cutting all other threads. Capricorn presents a gift, a perfect, impenetrable crystal sphere, a promise of absolute safety. Pisces sees a beautiful prison, a coffin for the soul, and recoils from its sterile perfection. In an act of compassion, the dreamer sends a gentle, healing rain to soothe the architect's rigid structures. But this unsolicited emotion is a corrosive force here, rusting the perfect machines and shorting the logical circuits. Capricorn judges Pisces as weak, unstable, and dangerously chaotic. Pisces judges Capricorn as cruel, unfeeling, and spiritually barren. Capricorn, valuing clarity, attempts to cleanse a beautiful, mysterious dark nebula, believing its shadows hide danger. Pisces, horrified by this erasure of nuance, sees it as an attack on the very nature of dreams. In retaliation, Pisces tries to soften the harsh edges of Capricorn's architecture to give it a more organic feel. Capricorn experiences this as a direct assault on its integrity.
as the dreamer's chaos dulls perfection and compromises structural soundness.
The architect builds a clock, a gift of predictable rhythm. The dreamer, living in an eternal now, can only hear the ticking as a countdown to an end. The dreamer offers a song, a gift of infinite harmony. The architect, seeking a single truth, is deafened by the countless overlapping melodies.
Finally, they cease their offerings. The architect turns inward, reinforcing its own walls, convinced of the danger outside. The dreamer turns away, dissolving into its own depths, convinced of the coldness of the world beyond its sanctuary. Each believes the other is the problem. Each believes they are offering a solution. And so the distance between them grows, a chasm of mutual, tragic misunderstanding.
But in the depths of this conflict, a strange resonance occurs, a shared loneliness, a shared desire for something real, something timeless.
Capricorn, the builder of legacies, begins to see that the most enduring structures are those that hold a sacred purpose. It learns to build not a prison, but a temple. Not a dam, but a channel for the sacred waters.
And Pisces, the eternal dreamer, sees that a dream given form is a miracle. That a body can be a vessel for the soul, not its cage.
It learns that structure can give a vision endurance, allowing a fleeting moment of beauty to last for eons.
Capricorn's rigid logic, tempered by Pisces' intuition, becomes wisdom.
Pisces' boundless empathy, guided by Capricorn's structure, becomes focused compassion. The architect no longer builds walls, but observatories, designed not to keep the chaos out, but to better understand its beauty. The dreamer no longer fears form, but learns to inhabit it, using Capricorn's creations as anchors for its visions. Time becomes a shared concept. Capricorn learns the value of the pause, the moment of reflection. Pisces learns the beauty of the deadline, the sacredness of a promise kept. A new material is born between them. Not just stone, not just light, but something more. Structures are built with this new substance, strong as stone, but alive with dreams. Capricorn's forges, once powered by brute force, are now cooled by Pisces' empathetic waters, creating alloys of impossible strength and grace. Pisces' healing pools, once diffuse and gentle, are now lined with Capricorn's crystals, focusing their restorative power 1,000-fold. The architect learns to build silence. Not the silence of absence, but the sacred silence of a cathedral designed for contemplation. The dreamer learns to paint with shadow, using the architect's solid forms to cast intentional, meaningful darkness, creating mystery and depth. Capricorn's archives, once storing only hard data, now learn to catalog the unquantifiable, a feeling, a memory, a dream. Pisces' visions, once fleeting, are now captured and stabilized by Capricorn's temporal technology, allowing them to be studied and revisited. They co-design a celestial garden, a place of living art. Here, Capricorn's discipline creates the flower's stem, and Pisces' imagination provides the impossible bloom. The chasm of misunderstanding is not merely filled, it has been cultivated. The two realms no longer have a border. They now share a heart. The scar of their division has been transformed into a testament to their union, a place not of compromise, but of true creation. And so the architect and the dream learn to dance. The result is not a compromise, but a creation greater than the sum of its parts. Practical magic. The dreams of Pisces are given a blueprint and a foundation by Capricorn, allowing them to manifest on the material plane. Grounded dreams,
The ambitions of Capricorn are infused with empathy and soul, becoming not just structures of power, but beacons of hope. Their union creates navigational charts for the soul, mapping the paths between the heart and the heavens. New forms of life emerge in the zone of synthesis, impossible under the old laws.
The discipline of the architect now serves to protect the most delicate of dreams.
The compassion of the dreamer now serves to inspire the greatest of ambitions.
Their combined art is neither static sculpture nor fleeting dance, but living, evolving creation. The Orrery of Souls, once a machine of opposing forces, has become a single living organism, a universe in perfect dynamic balance.
Can these opposites really make it work? The universe does not ask for ease. It asks for evolution.
The journey is one of immense challenge, requiring the architect to have faith in the unseen,
and the dreamer to trust in the safety of form.
It is not a story of one changing the other.
It is the story of both expanding to hold the truth of the other. The mountain does not crumble into the sea.
It learns to shelter the deepest pools in its valleys.
The ocean does not lose itself in the stone.
It learns to carve the most beautiful canyons with its patience.
The clock no longer dictates, it harmonizes.
The song no longer wanders, it builds. Ambition finds its purpose in service.
And surrender finds its strength in devotion.
Work becomes a form of prayer, and rest becomes a tool for creation.
Boundaries become horizons.
And chaos becomes a wellspring of miracles. The past is honored, its foundations strong.
The future is embraced, its possibilities endless.
Strength finds its highest purpose in gentleness, and wisdom finds its clearest voice in silence.
The architect provides the page.
The dreamer writes the poetry.
The question was never if they could survive each other. It was if they could create a universe worthy of their combined strength.
For when the mountain and the ocean learn to love one another, they do not create a shoreline. They create a new world.